One of these, it'll all be over. It'll all be over. And we won't have to cry no more. And we won't have to cry no more.
Greetings, family. This is Terry Riggs, Mr. Riggs. We're just having a short note, and as we're going into the Exodus Part 2, just an introduction into the Exodus Part 2, which will be at 7 o'clock. We get a little understanding, but most of the time you got to understand that it's going to be more behind the scenes, but you will get an introduction on an understanding of what it's about in forms of the economics. So it's just a quick one, but I'm going to be talking about what's going to be happening throughout the week. We've got a show tomorrow, which will be at 8 o'clock on the new channel. Please subscribe to the new channel, which is Blackice TV 7x2. So when you have the opportunity, please subscribe to the other channel, because the other channel will be more on the entertainment side of things, where we're going to be doing more of the educational on this side of things. So today we're going to be talking a little bit on the NOI economic side of things, which is called the Exodus. And this week is part 2, as you can see in the front cover of the flyer. But besides saying that, I hope you have gone into the archives and looked at many stuff that we have done, as we had an introduction and had a little discussion with Minister Inky from the United States, which is the UK-USA link-up. If you have had that opportunity to see, or you haven't had that opportunity to see, please go back into the archives, as yesterday was a good site of information. So we're talking about economics today, and we're looking at many aspects of economics in its full entire motive. So tomorrow we have what we call a show at 8 o'clock, which we're going to able to see, which is in the archives as well, where we could able to see all the different types of stuff that we're going to be doing, which is called Meeting with the Creatives. Family, please press that like button, as we always say. And we're able to look at what's going on. Please bear with me at this precise moment. Hold on. Hope you are happy and you've had a good week so far, family. I don't know what's been happening as usual, but let me go into tomorrow's program, which is Meet the Creatives, and we're going to be talking to all different aspects of creative. So if you're a creative and you want to put yourself on the panel, or you want to able to display your services or products, or you're a music artist, or you're as in an artist, or if you manufacture things, or you have an organization or a company that you want to promote, Meeting the Creatives with Terry Riggs, which is me, is giving you the opportunity to able to see what's happening about that person and what they do. So, in me saying so, this is something, as I said, that you're able to see.
Hi, I'm Aisha from Prevailing Productions, and I'm on Blackice TV 7.
Keep your head up, keep your head up. All the shit we been through, I know you fed up. This constant type of pressure, you ain't led up. This country should be happy we ain't teared up.
Nobody love us, let us not pretend. No. Let us gain our independence and let us not depend. They'll never stop us now, they couldn't stop us then. This country lucky that we only want equality and not revenge. We need to invest in each other. How much you got to spend? If I needed your help, my brother, how much you got to lend? You got a black business, I support you. I'ma buy black. The block I want us to buy back. I'm trying to buy that. I'm trying not to get shot at in Babylon with a cop at. I need to see an all black Amazon I can shop at. Stop that, cause a black man is king, black man is God. Any black celebrity quiet, that man a fraud. Cause they wanna leave us with no blessings. I seen blacks get beat peacefully protesting, leaving the street bleeding with no weapons, or get COVID treated with no testing. I'm squeezing with no questions.
Keep your head up, keep your head up. All the shit we been through, I know you fed up. This constant type of pressure, you ain't led up. This country should be happy.
As you can see, that was an introduction into the talking with the creatives, and that is something that will be happening every Friday. Thursdays we'll be having another one with the talk shows, to real talk, with our brother Rich in the house, and we're going to be having long-term discussions. And as I said, we need to support one another in many different ways and many different things. As you heard that song, it's a very good song, and the song is by one of our brothers, Q Butter. I'm gonna quickly play that video, which it gives you a kind of insight of what's going on and what's happening, and X, Y, and Z. But please press that like button, family. Before we go into the NOI and the introduction to the Exodus. Hold on. Before I go into that, this is one of the big tunes that's going on Blackice TV right now. It's a big song, but I just want you to hear the lyrics if you can. All right, family, just listen to them lyrics, because, while we're digging in.
It's just too bad you don't know what it is.
Message to the black man, keep your head up, keep your head up. All the shit we been through, I know you fed up. This constant type of pressure, you ain't led up. This country should be happy we ain't teared. Message to the black man, keep your head up, keep your head up. All the shit we been through, I know you fed up. This constant type of pressure, you ain't led up. This country should be happy we ain't teared. It's the truth, y'all. But some is gon' hurt. The black man's the king of this earth. The black man did it all first. Analyze, go and do your research. They gave us all they worst and we did it all against it. 10 toes planted and did it all with no mention. Hard to understand it with all the lies and deception. When you can't stand the image of your own reflection. But time is a blessing, healing all the pain. This message in a bottle, yes, this Henny for your brain. Everything that makes you great lies inside of your veins. Won't you place the picture properly inside its frame? Now listen to this game and open up your eyes. The vision is simple, just focus on our lane and ride. They plotting our demise, but still we gon' rise. Focus on our throne, fist up in the sky, do or die. Listen to the black man, keep your head up, keep your head up. All the shit we been through, I know you fed up. This constant type of pressures, you ain't led up. This country should be happy we ain't teared. Listen to the black man, keep your head up, keep your head up. All the shit we been through, I know you fed up. This constant type of pressures, you ain't led up. This country should be happy we ain't teared.
To the true and living, I let them know. It's hard to separate what's fact from fiction. I know they want. You never knew the truth is hitting. I know they don't. You better never let them kill your vision. Don't let it go. I know the world has got you going crazy. Feeling psychotic. Pop a perk and how you feeling wavy. Passing the narcotic. They say your masculinity is toxic. You gotta stop it. You want success, you gotta feminize it. Or criminalize it. Find your brother going bust his noggin. And then you vomit when you really look, ain't it ironic? How much we love everybody, but we hate our own. Dumb, deaf, and blinded. All we needin' is the proper knowledge, the proper guidance. We got it. See the brick, give them power, society never gave them. See the rulers in his cause, inside him, it's in his nature. See the black man is God, defying all the odds. All praise to the mighty who raises from the dark.
Listen to the black man, keep your head up, keep your head up. All the shit we been through, I know you fed up. This constant type of pressures, you ain't led up. This country should be happy we ain't teared. Listen to the black man, keep your head up, keep your head up. All the shit we been through, I know you fed up. This constant type of pressures, you ain't led up. This country should be happy we ain't teared up.
Nobody love us. Let us not pretend. No. Let us gain our independence and let us not depend. They'll never stop us now, they couldn't stop us then. This country lucky that we only want equality and not revenge. We need to invest in each other, how much you got to spend? If I needed your help, my brother, how much you got to lend? You got a black business, I support you. I'ma buy black, the block I want us to buy back. I'm trying to buy that, I'm trying not to get shot at in Babylon with a cop at. I need to see an all black Amazon I can shop at. Stop that, cause a black man is king, black man is God. Any black celebrity quiet, that man a fraud. Cause they wanna leave us with no blessings. I seen blacks get beat peacefully protesting, leaving the street bleeding with no weapons, or get COVID treated with no testing. I'm squeezing with no questions.
Listen to the black man, keep your head up, keep your head up. All the shit we been through, I know you fed up. This constant type of pressures, you ain't led up. This country should be happy we ain't teared. Listen to the black man, keep your head up, keep your head up. All the shit we been through, I know you fed up. This constant type of pressures, you ain't led up. This country should be happy we ain't teared up.
Well, 22 million so-called American Negroes who originally was brought into the Western Hemisphere by the white man to do his service and not to do our service. They have served that time out, and now it is no need for the white man nor for the so-called Negro to sit down at no such thing as a conference table to try to bring up some kind of agreement to live together and share together whatever is here.
Ah, man, family. That was a big tune there. You know, if you have the opportunity, please go to Q Butter. Go to his page. It's QUE Butter. BUTTER. Please support the brother in his songs. He's pushing the narrative. He has a in-house school. He has music studios. He has production. He has photography companies. So he's one guy that is pushing the works in New York, and we're always trying to help our brothers across the globe, you know, and, you know, it's good to support one another as we all come as one unity and one brother, one sister, all together as one people, you know, spend black, believe in black, and always be black. Hey, this is Terry Riggs on Blackice TV 7. Yes. So as I was saying before, in the fact that we need to unite together. We need to see what our creativities are and putting our creativities together into making one big giant market. So in me saying that is working and looking at different organizations, what they do, what they're about, and able to unify most of these things together. Because imagine if we can buy a whole street together as one people, we have control over that path. But, you know, we need to do that on a global tip. You know, if you see an opportunity, or you can work with a collective, or even some people that can't even afford properties, is to come together with people to buy in a property, whether it's to build a school, you know, like Manhood Academy, putting Manhood Academy in there, or buying something and giving it educational, as we're in this lockdown, as they call it, the Tier 5, and we're not going Tier 5, and we're not going nowhere. So it's time for us to come to collective and bringing our ideas together and making it manifest into that reality. You know, it is that time for us. So on 8 o'clock every Friday, I'm going to be introducing and showing you a lot of the creatives, the people that are doing the work, whether in entertainment industry, the business industry, the organization, people that are actually creating something and bringing it into the reality of what life is about. So before we even go into the NOI, I'm going to give you another introduction into what the Exodus, if I can find it for you. Family, hold on there. Let me see where it could be. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Hope everyone is well. I hope everyone's looking out for each other. As you know, I'm going through my things as well. You know, I pray for my mum all the time, as my mother has got caught COVID as well. So I've got to look after her and make sure that she's well. Let me just see something, if this is the right one.
Okay, so watch this video and watch it all the way through, y'all. Okay, I know that a lot of us, the social media age has made us have this.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going through bits and pieces, family, and seeing where we can able to work. Hold on. So the Exodus, we shall see. Hope you press that like button, share alike. Hold on.
The world in which we are living in is changing so rapidly, and we need to change with the world, right? This series is inspired by the declaration of God Almighty in the Bible, where it states, "Behold, I make all things new." Exodus, movement of your people. Exodus. Exodus.
Again, family, that was a clip from the NOI that's going to be happening at 7 o'clock, and it finishes at 9 o'clock. They're going to be discussing economics. Last week they discussed about properties. The link is actually in the description box at the bottom if you want to engage or get involved with our Abdul Hakim, Minister Abdul Hakim, and he is going to go through with a few others in the forms of economics. Let me see exactly what the topic is today. As in it's the second one. If you look in the description box, please go at the bottom if you're really interested and you want to find the ways of working with people on the forms of economics. This is your opportunity to able to get involved with the community in that form of economics. The part 2 of the Exodus series is about building situations and communication. You know, communication is a big, massive key, you know, because without communication, there is always going to be a breakdown. And that breakdown of understanding our economics in forms of us able to communicate, you have a customer and you have a consumer. If there is no communication between the two, then how is it going to able to work or able to circulate the currency that we actually profit to making us grow into buying properties, into doing certain things of life? So we need to able to communicate and have a great understanding amongst ourselves. You know, it's not worth us going into forms of division and not able to build where we need to build. So, you know, they're going to be talking about that, and then they hold on. They're going to ask you to able to register, which is, as I said, the description's at the bottom. But before that goes on, I'm asking people, whoever wants to create a platform on Blackice TV, and you want to do a show or you have something to say, please inbox us at blackicetv7gmail.com. And I will put that in the description box for you, family. If you have any ideas, because this is the station for the people, by the people. So we're asking you, if you want a platform to promote or advertise, or you want a platform, even in forms of entertainment, if you're a music artist or you are a comedian, or you're a fashion designer or a stylist and want to able to push your narrative forward, and you want to do a show, a weekly show, or even once a month, please email us as soon as possible so that we can start to create a platform for you on the Blackice TV7. Because, you know, we all can't do it by ourselves. So please email us. I've just put the email up. So if you're interested in trying to contact us, please do so. So if you have any opportunities that you make products, you have a shop and you want to promote your online stuff, you can create something. Or if you want to do just simply adverts, or you just want to come on the show, the Friday show at 8 p.m. or 3 p.m. EST, yeah, in New York time. Okay, so if you are very interested in wanting to come onto our platform and push the narrative as a collective, because we're one family out here, please do so. But we have many shows that are going to be coming on. We're going to be discussing the International Sister Circle once again. That will be coming back, and the sisters are going to be doing their stuff. We're going to be having talk shows, more interviews, and we've got a whole heap of stuff in our archives and stuff that we haven't put up as yet. So please go to the Blackice TV ×2 entertainment station, where we're going to be doing a lot of productions and things like that. I will put the link to the new channel, which will be hosting, talking with the creatives. So if you have the opportunity, please subscribe to the channel, which I will put into the description box, and able to subscribe so you can get all and hit all the notifications of what's happening, because that will be more of our entertainment. And even some of our debates, our big debates, will be on that channel. So please go to that channel, subscribe, and check it out, because it's going to be more on entertainment for the music artists, for the artists, for fashion designers, all different types of creatives. So that will give you the opportunity, even as a comedian, you can come and do your little show on that channel. And with this channel, will be more on teaching and understanding of self, and able to understand criteria. So we more go into detail on this channel. So before we go on to the other side, to the NOI, right now, hold on. We're waiting on them to go into their stuff. Okay. But yes, if you have any forms of opportunity that you want to able to show your potential, please do so. You know, so right now we're still waiting on NOI once again. And seeing everything that is going on. So this is the flag with our brother Minister Abdul. Yes, so he's asking everyone to go to the Eventbrite, talk about the Exodus, communication skills, understanding what's going on, the questions to ask, and he's looking to build within the city and to see how far we can go globally. So when you have that opportunity, please go to the Eventbrite, check it out, and he's going to talk about it briefly before they lock off, because you know most of this stuff has to be behind the scenes. So please press that like button once again. And as we know, Black Family First is going to be coming with their show as well, and it's all in aid of growing the Black Family First. In the first most is the DLA, the Dr. Layla Africa Rites of Passage, which is to help our children globally to connect from different regions, different places, and different paths, in the fact of our children able to travel and able to do certain things. As we know, the airlines right now is in its situation where we're not sure of what's going on, but we're trying to see the best way that our children can travel, because you know it's not about being in one place, it's about our children communicating on a global tip, because we can only set the foundations for our children's children. So me saying that is, with the Blackice TV, we're trying as much as possible to be the mouthpiece for the public into asking people to kind of come together as one Black family, as hashtag Black Family First. If you have the opportunity and you are a blogger, please use the hashtag Black Family First to promote, so that we can create that attention amongst ourselves as one people. Yes, so let me see if the NOI are ready. Family, just bear with me. Okay.
change of the norms that we have set in our life, that this week, you know, could have been, and more than likely would have been, quite a trying week for a lot of us. But again, you know, congratulations for making time to invest in yourself. It's important that we really, as I reiterate every week, it's important that we really make time to actually dedicate to our self-improvement, to our own personal growth. Nice to see you all online. Those of you that it's your first time on the spiritual injection, you won't be disappointed. Whoever invited you obviously loves and cares about you, because they know that this is good for you on many different levels. There's many different levels that you will see that this will benefit you. Those of you who are part of the family in terms of, you know, you've been here many times before, welcome. As I say, we're developing a movement here, and to be part of a movement of forward-thinking people, whereby you can be encouraged by the fact that just the sheer fact that we come on every week and see certain people, you know, encourages us that we should be in the same place as well, because we don't want to miss out. If there's someone that you was going to invite that you didn't invite, it's not too late. It's not too late to do that. You know, register for them, and purchase a registration and send it to them so they can come online. Brother Abdul Hakim's not online yet. It's not too late. Do that for them. Again, last week was the first week, and I will do a brief recap for you. However, it's important that you're part of the journey as well for your own benefits. It's important that you're in the room and that you can share your views and your thoughts or ask questions. Remember, the series tickets, just through registering for the series tickets, you actually qualify for a free playback. So every week you will get a playback of this session, this episode that you've attended. So last week you would have received yours. If you purchase a 3-week registration, then you will get a free playback for every single week that you registered for. So if you haven't got the series registration, it's okay. You can actually do it next week. You can purchase 2 weeks at a discounted rate, still benefit from the complimentary playbacks. We do have, if you missed last week's, we do have a page which will be posted in our chat shortly and emailed out to you. So I can't stress enough, if you're not getting emails from the spiritual injection, it means they're going to your spam. Okay, so make sure you save our email address into your email. Again, we'll be sending out the page so you can download the playbacks. The playbacks are the same registration fee, nothing more. Just nominal £1.99. You can look back over last week and the previous weeks also. So last week, in opening the series, Brother Abdul Hakim was talking about he was introducing the concept of collective purchase. And in order to introduce that concept to us, as people, as individuals, some might say as a community, we often like to see what others are doing, you know, to give credence to the concept of actually pooling our money. You know, can I trust others? Does it work? Does it make sense? You know, surely if I can endeavor to do big things on my own, I can get 100% of something. Well, actually, many of us are getting 100% of nothing, because we don't want to share. We don't want 10% of something. We want 100% of nothing. So, you know, that concept of pooling our resources and purchasing collectively, Minister Brother Abdul Hakim gave us some true life examples of how this can actually work. And the one that if you were here last week, I'm sure it stands out in your mind first and most predominantly, is the fact that there's actually multi-million billionaire companies who actually make an income by seeking out opportunity. That was a key word from last week, seeking out opportunity, and then looking for individual people, some of them that don't even actually know each other, but they see an opportunity that they can benefit from financially, and they are willing to trust someone that they don't know, but they trust in the vision, they trust in the statistic, they trust in the numbers, and they put their money together and purchase land, purchase buildings, purchase real estate, and turn it over for a great profit. Now, when he spoke about the gentrification of Brixton, that wasn't the subject. But what Brother Abdul Hakim was doing for us, he was pointing out the fact that opportunistic individuals actually come together and benefit each other by pooling their resources. The word opportunistic was mentioned by quite a few of those corporate companies. They pride themselves on being opportunistic. And Brother Abdul Hakim asked us to consider, you know, our mindset in relation to that word opportunist. And a lot of us agreed, and the chat was really lively, so please keep the chats up lively today as well, that our opinion, our perspective on that word opportunist was negative. We normally see that, you know, as having a negative connotation, whereas actually there's nothing wrong for looking for opportunity. If we're not looking for opportunity, we're actually sleeping. And an example of this is that the fact that we are living in areas that have great potential, and because we are not looking for the opportunities to invest in what's right in front of our eyes, we're not looking for the opportunity to capitalize on the real estate that's right in front of our eyes, on the land that's right in front of our eyes, on the houses that are right that we live in, that actually people from outside of our community are actually looking in, seeking an opportunity, pooling their resources financially together because they couldn't do it alone, and benefiting from the opportunities that we are leaving on the table. And Brother Abdul Hakim made a really pertinent point, because he was asking us to consider the fact that it's not so much what people are doing to the area or taking away from us. It's more about focusing on opportunities that we are not taking advantage of ourselves. So we do need to become, as individuals and as a community, as a collective, more opportunistic. When you're looking for opportunities, it means you have a desire to grow. You have a desire to gain something of good. So you're looking for an opportunity to improve whatever it is about your life. If we are not opportunistic, we're sleeping on the blessings. We're sleeping on the opportunities, to use that word again, that actually are aligned and right in our path if we were only thinking in that way. So in terms of what Brother Abdul Hakim is going to share today, and what our guest is going to share today, it's important that we get on this the journey of recalibrating, if you like, our thinking, recalibrating the way that we view even our immediate environment, and looking for opportunities, actually looking for opportunities. It may not be the one that we have in our mind. A lot of us, myself included, sometimes we can get fixed on, I want to do this or I want to do that, and that's okay. But opportunity may not look like what you have it to be in your mind. So open to opportunities, and when they're presented to you, doing the calculations, the prerequisite calculations, if it makes sense. These people that invested in Brixton you know, man from the US is investing in Brixton. He don't know nothing about Brixton, but what he does know is that it's logical. He knows that the numbers stack up. So he's investing in the opportunity with no prejudice. So let's have, as we go along in this journey, because throughout this series here, we really do have some great opportunities planned for you. And what we're in danger of becoming victims of our mindset. We may miss them. We may just not be ready for them if we're not working on it, because the opportunities are not everyday opportunities. They're not like things that many of us would have come across before. So, and I know this because I'm planning with Brother Minister. So please, 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 along with me, you know, improve your aspiration, improve your self-belief that you are enough and that you haven't reached your full potential, and that if you did apply yourself to something, you could achieve great things, so that when you're hearing what we're about to bring to you over the next few weeks, it doesn't sound like a fairy tale to you, but it actually sounds like something that can be achieved. Because there's been enough talking in our community about Black people need to do this and Black people need to do the other. Well, actually, when we're presented with the opportunity to do these things, are we ready for it? Or are we those Black people that are just going to be waiting for someone else to do it? That's the test. It's a test for all of us. Calculated risk is sensible. Nothing wrong with risk. Just has to be calculated. So, Brother Abdul Hakim is ready. Please, like I said, keep the chat lively. Keep posting your comments. It was great last week. It was actually one of the most encourage that. We encourage that. So welcome, my brother. Unmute your mic to do so. Then just mute them again to retain the integrity of the sound, please. Brother Abdul Hakim, welcome.
Thank you, Sister Sylvina. Thank you very much for your warm introduction and for blessing us with an overview of some of what we covered last week. And as we discussed last week, the overarching theme of what we're discussing is exodus, not necessarily movement of Jah people. If you call him Jah, it's cool. You know, whatever name you want to call the divine supreme.
Mute your mics, please.
Unmute, sir.
Okay, so yeah, be careful how you're driving. That didn't sound too too great. So, by way of the period that we have entered into, I think we're in the 3rd week now in the UK of full lockdown, which literally means the high street is a ghost town. And we discussed during our last series on the first lockdown that we had in March, April of 2020, over 8,000 shops and businesses were closed down during that period. And just over half, just over 4,000, I think it was 600, reopened when the lockdown period was over. We are back in full lockdown again here in the United Kingdom. And even though only 4,600 approximately businesses reopened, over 80,000 individuals started new businesses during that time. And we wanted to take a poll as to how many of us was using our lockdown time productively, because it's a form of glorified, you know, jail, house arrest. So in being under house arrest, you get period of time to go to the park and get some fresh air. and obviously go to a coffee shop and grab some coffee. But for all intents and purposes, you're under house arrest. But the question is not whether, you know, we're being punished or the government is misusing their power. The question is, how can we use this period of time productively? We know that there will be global recession. We've already entered into it. But what are we going to do to utilize this period to build ourselves up? Are we going to utilize our homes and our places of abodes to somewhat resemble a chrysalis, you know, where the caterpillar will break down its own form and restructure itself inside the chrysalis and emerge as a butterfly with wings and with beauty, much more beautiful than a caterpillar. Everybody who sees a caterpillar, a caterpillar wants to step on it. When you see a butterfly, you admire it. So we move from contempt to admiration. So let us use this period not to become contemptuous, but to build something that will allow us to become admirable. So in being in the time of Exodus, where we must have a mass departure from not just one place to another, it could also mean a state of mind to one much more uplifting and one much more ingenious than the one that we currently may function from. So we are discussing this month the purchasing of property. We declared last week, Thursday, that the spiritual injection team and this station will not be broadcasting next year or this year towards the end of the year when the winter period sets back in from this cold place. We are going to be stationed somewhere where the sun shines and good food grows, okay? And good vibes are plentiful, okay? We have made that declaration. Because as we look back here in the United Kingdom, in our parents or my parents and many of you whose parents are here, they actually were invited in the late 40s, going into the 50s by the Labour government to come to London to seek their fortune. And many of our parents only intended to be here for 3 months and ended up getting stuck for 60 years. So consequently, England has a way and the West has a way of sucking you in and causing you to change your perspective on life and to re-alter your vision. It has a way, they have a way of doing this. So in order to stick to your goals and to stick to your vision, you've got to be very disciplined, very disciplined. My parents came here to raise money, to go back to Jamaica, to build their home. As I said, 60 years later, both my parents are still here in the United Kingdom and have become acclimatized to this cold place. Jamaica would be considered too hot now. When you live in this cold cave for 60 years, you have to wean back onto a tropical environment. And as the first generation of Caribbean people, or second generation Caribbean people here in the United Kingdom, I want to make sure that we who are here do not get stuck any longer. Those of us who do want to, return back home and share the wealth of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we have gained as a result of living in the West. I strongly believe that the Caribbean and Africa would benefit tremendously from what we have learned. And we are really doing the Caribbean and Africa an injustice by overstaying here in the West we've got what we've come for, okay? And we must now show our ability to internationalize ourselves by going and coming, going and coming, going and coming. I'm not saying pack up and leave, but we must be a lot more diverse in what we're doing. So we're here to discuss Exodus. And at the end of the program, we're going to share with you some opportunities that if you are desirous of investing in Africa and the Caribbean, we have identified 2 locations wherein we are negotiating to secure some land for those who want to build somewhere for themselves in an environment that really is more conducive to our nature as a people. So with that said, it's going to obviously take for us to learn how to pool our resources, because many of us can share our stories of how successful we have been as individuals. Well, kudos for such achievement. The next step is now, can you achieve success in a combined way with others? What you've achieved personally, can you now work with a team? Can you now work with a group? Can you now work with a community? Because in order for us to build a nation of people who enjoy freedom, justice, and equality, we have to start not just with a nation, we have to start by building a community, building a neighborhood, building a town. So we evolve to the mindset, or evolve to the capacity where we can run a country. But it first starts with your household. And if you're struggling running your own household, your bills are running away with you, you know, your maintenance of your home is running away with you, then you will struggle to govern a town, to govern a neighborhood. You see what I mean? So it's important to work with what you got, which is, even if it's a 1-bedroom apartment, you know, maintain it well, and then you can upgrade to something bigger and bigger and bigger. And ultimately, you'll be that great king and that great queen that we know we are destined to be, right? But it starts in a 1-bedroom apartment, and then we just leverage up according to our ability, okay? So I have a very special guest today, and I'm somewhat hesitant to continue to flow the way how I'm accustomed to, because I see him on the screen and I want to afford him as much time as possible, because we're here to show you today how to build a town. So we have a town planner. Because remember, when I traveled to Egypt, I loved Egypt, the way how, you know, the town was laid out, and the way how our brothers and sisters, you know, built these great edifices. And most of us glory in the pyramids, where the pyramids was the graveyard of the Egyptians. So if the graveyards are wonders of the world, could you imagine how these men and women lived on a day-to-day basis? Who was responsible for laying out the majesty of the towns and the villages and the cities in which they lived, if their graveyards discombobulate our minds? So all of that to say, I want to identify for you today the genetics of those who were able to build some of these wonders of the world, because that's what we're looking for today. We're looking, where is the gene pool of our former great this and former great that, and the gene pool of our ancestors who we admire so much. Well, I want to introduce you today and present to others one of those who have captured the gene pool of our great town planners, those who are responsible for ensuring that God's people live in environments that is conducive to a righteous nature. That takes a very special man and special woman to lay out the ideas, or to lay out the vision of a place in which God's people will live and continue to prosper and prosper and prosper. So without any furthering, you know, I want to present to you and introduce to others our great town planner, our regional minister, our brother, friend, and just a very special human being, a man who I love dearly. And he's a great friend of mine, not just my colleague and my brother, but he's also a great friend. Brother, Regional Ministers, Abdul Halim Mohammed, our town planner and special guest on Spiritual Injection this Thursday evening. Let's bring him on with a big round of applause. Welcome.
Welcome.
Praises due to Allah. Thank you, brother. Thank you, dear brother. I was enjoying that. I didn't really want you to bring me on, brother, because you will put me in the spirit, and I'm going to try not to be too preachy.
Peace, family. That was just a quick introduction into the spiritual injection and the Exodus. If you are really interested in going on that show and listening to all the information and the great stuff that is happening, please go into the description at the bottom, and you will see a link to the Eventbrite, which will now take you to the Zoom conversation. As you know, sometimes we can't put all our information out there, but we can give you a taster or an understanding of what is going on within the communities, so that you can get yourself involved. And we're not only that, we are able to do our own kind of stuff. So that was a quick introduction, a quick shoot for the day 2. So before I head out, I'm asking you to go to our second channel, which is to do with the creatives, and we're going to be discussing with creatives all the kind of different stuff of what they do and what they're about. So this is the link again, once again, which I will put into the chat box. And as I will say once more and once again, if you have something that you want to talk about, or you feel that you can create a group of people or create a talk show or a discussion or a question time, and don't forget, we've got question time on Sunday where we're going to go fully in depth, especially to deal with parenthoods, and that will be roughly 12 p.m. 12 p.m. GMT. So that'll be roughly around 6:30, 7 o'clock EST time. So we're going to be discussing about this homeschooling and schooling and things like that. But for now, as I said, it's all about the economics and it's all about the building. And I'm going to be having Queen Diambi. We're going to be talking about how we're going to build in places of Africa, like in Congo. We're going to have other people that we're going to talk about building in Nigeria, Ghana, and in places like Brazil. And how can we work as a collaborate in forms of import and exporting. And as I said, if you are an musician, producer, and you want to be interviewed, or you've got a production company that you want to promote. So as we're going to be on every 8 o'clock every Friday, I'll be interviewing a lot of creatives. So if you're interested, please email us at blackicetv7@gmail.com. So, this is something that if you're interested into creating that panel, or you want to create something, please email us as soon as possible. If you feel that you can talk and you can give us the info and we can have that dialogue, please take the opportunity to doing so that we can see or create a narrative as one big family. Yes. So, I hope you got that little introduction, and I hope you enjoyed the introduction, and hopefully we can able to working together, unifying together, and building together. And don't forget, Brother Rich will be coming back into the house very soon, and we'll be working from there. So before I am gone, just remember, Blackice TV 7 blackicetv@gmail.com. If you have any form of program or things that you want to talk about or put on the platform, we are here for you so that you can have your voice and put your voice out there as much as possible. We are trying to build around here as a collective and unifying ourselves together. As I always say, Black family first. Hashtag Black family first. This is Terry Riggs, Mr. Riggs. Spend black, believe in black, always be black. Hey! And shot back by black. And just look for whatever black narrative that you can have. This is Blackice TV. Once again, Mr. Riggs in the house. And we are out.
It'll all be over. It'll all be over. And we won't have to cry no more. And we won't have to cry no more.